Robert Downey Jr. was born on April 4, 1965, into a family deeply entrenched in the entertainment industry. His father, Robert Downey Sr., was a filmmaker and actor known for his avant-garde films, while his mother, Elsie Ford, was an actress and model. Growing up in such an environment, it was almost inevitable that Downey would be drawn to the world of showbiz. His early exposure to the arts fostered a creative spirit that would later manifest in his performances. Downey's acting career began at a young age. He made his film debut at just 5 years old in his father's film Pound, 1970, where he played a puppy. However, it was in the 1980s that he began to gain recognition as a talented young actor. His breakthrough role came in 1987 with Less Than Zero, a film adaptation of Bret Easton Ellis's novel. In this film, Downey portrayed Julian Wells, a young man spiraling into addiction and despair. His performance was hauntingly authentic, showcasing his ability to convey deep emotional turmoil. Critics praised his work, and it marked the beginning of his ascent in Hollywood. Following Less Than Zero, Downey continued to impress audiences and critics alike with his versatility. In 1992, he starred in Chaplin, a biographical film about the legendary silent film star Charlie Chaplin. Downey's portrayal of Chaplin earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, solidifying his status as one of Hollywood's most promising talents. His ability to embody complex characters with depth and nuance set him apart from his peers, and he quickly became one of the most sought-after actors of his generation. During this period, Hollywood doors were wide open for Downey. He was celebrated not only for his acting skills but also for his charisma and charm. He became a fixture at industry events, garnering attention for his performances and his magnetic personality. The future seemed bright for the young actor, and he appeared poised to take on leading roles in major films. However, beneath the surface, the seeds of his struggles were already being sown. Despite his early promise, Downey's life was not without its challenges. The pressures of fame, coupled with his family's history of substance abuse, began to take a toll on him. As he navigated the complexities of Hollywood, he found himself grappling with the expectations placed upon him. The very industry that had celebrated his talent would soon become a battleground for his personal demons. As Robert Downey Jr. continued to rise in Hollywood, his talent and charisma garnered him critical acclaim and a loyal fan base. His Oscar nomination for Chaplin in 1993 was a significant milestone in his career, marking him as one of the best actors of his generation. The film showcased his remarkable ability to capture the essence of a complex character, and his performance was hailed as one of the finest of the year. Downey's portrayal of Chaplin was not just a tribute to the legendary figure, it was a testament to his own acting prowess. With the success of Chaplin, Hollywood's doors swung wide open for Downey. He was offered a plethora of roles in high-profile films, and his star power seemed to be on the rise. He starred in a series of successful projects, including The Singing Detective, 2003, and Zodiac, 2007, further solidifying his reputation as a versatile actor capable of tackling a wide range of characters. His performances were often lauded for their depth and authenticity, and he quickly became a favorite among directors and producers. However, as Downey's career flourished, so did the pressures that came with fame. The expectations to maintain his status as a leading man weighed heavily on him, and the demands of the industry began to take a toll on his mental and emotional well-being. Despite his success, Downey struggled with feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, which would later contribute to his descent into addiction. During this period, Downey was often seen as the quintessential Hollywood star, charming, talented, and charismatic. He attended red carpet events, mingled with A-list celebrities, and was frequently featured in magazines and talk shows. However, behind the glitz and glamour, he was grappling with personal issues that would soon spiral out of control. The pressures of fame, combined with his family's history of substance abuse, created a perfect storm that would lead to his eventual downfall. As Downey's star continued to rise, the cracks in his facade began to show. The very qualities that had made him a beloved figure in Hollywood were also contributing to his struggles. The industry that had once embraced him would soon become a source of pain and turmoil, as he found himself caught in a cycle of addiction that would threaten to derail his career and personal life. Robert Downey Jr.'s struggles with substance abuse began at a young age, influenced by his father's own battles with addiction. Growing up in a household where drugs were present, Downey was exposed to substances early on. His father introduced him to marijuana when he was just 6 years old, and this early exposure would have lasting consequences. As he transitioned into adulthood, Downey's experimentation with drugs escalated, leading to a tumultuous relationship with substances that would overshadow his career. Throughout the late 1980s and into the 1990s, Downey's addiction began to spiral out of control. Despite his rising star status, he found himself increasingly reliant on drugs and alcohol to cope with the pressures of fame and the demands of his career. The very industry that had once celebrated his talent now became a battleground for his personal demons. His struggles with addiction became public knowledge, and the media began to take notice. As Downey's addiction deepened, it began to overshadow his career. He faced numerous challenges, including erratic behavior, missed auditions, and a growing reputation as a bad boy in Hollywood. The once promising actor found himself in a downward spiral, struggling to maintain his career while battling the demons of addiction. His performances became inconsistent, and the roles that had once come easily began to dry up. The toll of addiction on Downey's life was profound. He faced multiple arrests and legal issues, including charges related to drug possession and driving under the influence. Each incident further tarnished his reputation and made it increasingly difficult for him to secure work in Hollywood. The industry that had once embraced him now seemed to be turning its back, and Downey found himself grappling with the reality of being labeled a liability. Despite the challenges he faced, Downey's talent remained undeniable. However, the grip of addiction was strong, and it threatened to consume him entirely. As he navigated the complexities of his personal life, he struggled to find a way out of the darkness. The descent into addiction was not just a personal battle, it was a public spectacle that captivated the media and left fans wondering what had happened to the once promising star. Robert Downey Jr.'s struggles with addiction reached a critical point in the early 2000s, leading to a series of arrests and public scandals that would define this tumultuous period of his life. His run-ins with the law became increasingly frequent, and the media was quick to capitalize on his misfortunes. Mugshots, late-night TV jokes, and tabloid obsession turned Downey into Hollywood's bad boy, overshadowing his talent and reducing him to a caricature of his former self. In 1996, Downey was arrested for possession of heroin, cocaine, and an unloaded .357 Magnum revolver. This incident marked the beginning of a downward spiral that would see him in and out of rehab facilities. Despite his talent, the legal troubles began to overshadow his career, and he faced mounting scrutiny from the media and the public. Each arrest was met with sensational headlines, and Downey became a subject of fascination for tabloids eager to document his fall from grace. The late-night talk show circuit also took notice of Downey's struggles, with comedians making jokes at his expense. The public's perception of him shifted from that of a talented actor to a troubled figure whose life was spiraling out of control. The very qualities that had once endeared him to audiences were now fodder for ridicule, and Downey found himself grappling with the consequences of his actions in the public eye. Despite multiple stints in rehab, Downey's addiction continued to plague him. He faced probation violations and was often unable to meet the requirements set by the courts. His career suffered as a result, with studios hesitant to work with someone who had become synonymous with instability. The once promising actor was now seen as a liability, and opportunities in Hollywood began to dwindle. As Downey's personal life unraveled, he faced the harsh reality of being blacklisted by the industry. The roles that had once come easily were now few and far between, and he struggled to find a way back into the spotlight. The public's fascination with his downfall only added to the pressure he faced. and the weight of his addiction became increasingly difficult to bear. In the midst of the chaos, Downey's talent remained undeniable. However, the challenges he faced were overwhelming, and he found himself at a crossroads. The journey to recovery would require not only a commitment to sobriety but also a willingness to confront the demons that had haunted him for so long. The road ahead was uncertain. But Downey's story was far from over. Robert Downey Jr.'s lowest point came in 2001 when he faced jail time and probation violations that threatened to derail his career entirely. After a series of arrests and legal troubles, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison for violating probation related to his drug charges. This period marked a significant turning point in his life, as he grappled with the consequences of his actions and the reality of being incarcerated. During his time in jail, Downey was forced to confront the demons that had plagued him for years. The isolation and reflection provided an opportunity for him to re-evaluate his life and the choices that had led him to this point. While behind bars, he began to understand the gravity of his situation and the impact of his addiction on his career and personal relationships. Upon his release, Downey faced the daunting task of rebuilding his life and career. The industry that had once embraced him now seemed to have forgotten him, and he was effectively blacklisted from Hollywood. The roles that had once come easily were now scarce, and he struggled to find work in an industry that had turned its back on him. The stigma of his past loomed large, and Downey found himself grappling with feelings of shame and inadequacy. Despite the challenges he faced, Downey was determined to reclaim his life. He sought help and committed to a rigorous program of rehabilitation and therapy. The journey to recovery was not easy, and there were moments of doubt and struggle. However, Downey's resilience shone through as he began to rebuild trust with those around him. As he worked to regain his footing, Downey took on small roles in independent films and television projects. While these opportunities may not have garnered the same attention as his previous work, they allowed him to reconnect with his passion for acting and demonstrate his commitment to sobriety. The road to redemption was long and arduous, but Downey was determined to prove that he was more than just a troubled actor. He was a talented performer capable of overcoming adversity. The lowest point in Downey's life served as a catalyst for change. It forced him to confront the realities of his addiction and the impact it had on his career and personal relationships. As he began to rebuild his life, he discovered a newfound sense of purpose and determination. The journey ahead would be challenging, but Downey was ready to embrace the opportunity for redemption and reclaim his place in Hollywood. As Robert Downey Jr. began to rebuild his life after hitting rock bottom, a glimmer of redemption emerged in the form of support from unexpected allies. One of the most significant figures in his journey was actor Mel Gibson, who recognized Downey's talent and offered him opportunities to work on various projects. Gibson's belief in Downey's potential provided a much-needed lifeline during a time when the actor was struggling to regain his footing in Hollywood. In 2003, Downey made a notable appearance in the television series Ally McBeal, where he played the character Larry Paul, a charming and charismatic lawyer. His performance was met with critical acclaim, and it marked a significant turning point in his career. The role allowed Downey to showcase his comedic timing and acting prowess, and it helped to reintroduce him to audiences who had longed to see him back on screen. The success of Ally McBeal opened doors for Downey, and he began to take on more roles in independent films. Projects like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, 2005, and Good Night and Good Luck, 2005, showcased his versatility as an actor and demonstrated his ability to tackle a wide range of characters. These smaller films allowed him to rebuild trust within the industry and prove that he was committed to his craft and sobriety. As Downey slowly regained his footing, he also began to reconnect with his family and friends. The support of loved ones played a crucial role in his recovery, providing him with the encouragement and motivation he needed to stay on the path to sobriety. Downey's journey was not just about reclaiming his career, it was also about healing the relationships that had been strained by his addiction. The glimmer of redemption that emerged during this period was a testament to Downey's resilience and determination. He was no longer the troubled actor who had once been labeled a liability. He was a man committed to his recovery and eager to prove himself once again. The industry began to take notice of his transformation, and opportunities for more significant roles began to arise. As Downey continued to rebuild his career, he also became an advocate for addiction recovery. He openly discussed his struggles and the importance of seeking help, using his platform to inspire others who were facing similar challenges. His story became one of hope and resilience, and he emerged as a symbol of the possibility of redemption in the face of adversity. The pivotal moment in Robert Downey Jr.'s comeback came with the casting call for the role of Tony Stark in Marvel's Iron Man. Directed by Jon Favreau, the film was set to launch the Marvel Cinematic Universe and required a leading man who could embody the complex character of Stark, a billionaire genius, playboy, and philanthropist. However, the casting process was fraught with hesitation due to Downey's troubled past. Despite his talent and the glimmer of redemption he had shown, Marvel executives were wary of casting Downey in such a high-profile role. His history of addiction and legal troubles made them hesitant to take a gamble on an actor who had once been labeled a liability. However, Jon Favreau, who had been impressed by Downey's performances in his recent projects, fought passionately for him to be cast as Tony Stark. Favreau recognized that Downey's personal journey mirrored that of Stark's character. Both men had faced significant challenges and had emerged stronger on the other side. Favreau believed that Downey's authenticity and charisma would bring a unique depth to the role, and he was determined to convince the studio to take a chance on him. After a series of auditions and screen tests, Downey ultimately won the role of Tony Stark. The decision to cast him would prove to be a gamble that changed Hollywood forever. Iron Man was released in 2008 and became a massive success, both critically and commercially. Downey's portrayal of Stark was met with widespread acclaim, and audiences were captivated by his charm, wit, and vulnerability. The success of Iron Man marked a turning point not only for Downey's career but also for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film laid the foundation for a franchise that would go on to become one of the most successful in cinematic history. Downey's performance as Tony Stark transformed him from a Hollywood liability into a beloved superhero, and he quickly became one of the highest-paid actors in the industry. The casting of Downey as Tony Stark was a defining moment in his career, and it symbolized the power of second chances. The gamble that Jon Favreau took on Downey paid off in ways that no one could have anticipated. Downey's journey from rock bottom to redemption became a source of inspiration for many, and his story resonated with audiences around the world. The release of Iron Man in 2008 marked a watershed moment in Robert Downey Jr.'s career and life. The film's success not only revitalized his career but also launched the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, a franchise that would dominate the box office for years to come. Downey's portrayal of Tony Stark was a perfect blend of charisma, humor, and vulnerability, and it resonated with audiences on a global scale. As Iron Man became a cultural phenomenon, Downey's performance was widely praised. Critics lauded his ability to bring depth to the character, transforming Stark from a wealthy playboy into a relatable hero. Downey's authenticity and charm shone through, and audiences connected with his portrayal of a flawed yet brilliant character. The film's success catapulted Downey back into the spotlight, and he quickly became one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. The success of Iron Man also had a profound impact on Downey's personal life. With newfound fame and financial stability, he was able to focus on his recovery and rebuild his relationships. He married producer Susan Downey in 2005, and the couple welcomed their first child, Exton, in 2012. Downey's family life became a source of strength and support as he navigated the challenges of fame and sobriety. As the MCU continued to expand, Downey reprised his role as Tony Stark in several sequels and crossover films, including The Avengers, 2012, and Avengers: Endgame, 2019. His portrayal of Stark became iconic, and he was celebrated not only for his acting skills but also for his ability to connect with audiences on a personal level. Downey's journey from Hollywood liability to Hollywood savior was a testament to his resilience and determination. The global success of Iron Man and the subsequent films in the MCU solidified Downey's status as one of the highest-paid actors in the world. He became a symbol of redemption, inspiring others who were struggling with addiction and personal challenges. Downey used his platform to advocate for recovery and mental health awareness, sharing his story to encourage others to seek help and embrace the possibility of change. The impact of Iron Man extended beyond the box office. It reshaped the landscape of superhero films and established a new standard for character-driven storytelling. Downey's portrayal of Tony Stark became a benchmark for future superhero films, and his influence on the genre was undeniable. The success of the MCU also opened doors for other actors and filmmakers, creating a new era of blockbuster filmmaking. As Robert Downey Jr. continued to thrive in Hollywood, he not only reclaimed his career but also solidified his legacy as one of the most talented actors of his generation. His journey from rock bottom to redemption became a source of inspiration for many, and he emerged as a symbol of resilience and hope. Downey's transformation was not just about his professional achievements, it was also about personal growth and the lessons he learned along the way. As he navigated the complexities of fame, addiction, and recovery, Downey became a more grounded individual, using his experiences to inspire others who faced similar struggles. With the success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Downey became one of the highest-paid actors in the world. His role as Tony Stark not only brought him financial stability but also allowed him to leverage his fame for philanthropic efforts. He became involved in various charitable organizations, focusing on issues related to addiction recovery, mental health awareness, and youth empowerment. Downey's commitment to giving back was a testament to his desire to use his platform for positive change. In addition to his philanthropic work, Downey also took on diverse roles that showcased his versatility as an actor. He starred in films such as Sherlock Holmes, 2009, and its sequel Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, 2011, where he portrayed the iconic detective with a unique blend of wit and charm. These roles further solidified his status as a leading man in Hollywood and demonstrated his ability to tackle a wide range of characters. As Downey continued to reclaim his legacy, he also became a mentor to younger actors in the industry. He shared his experiences and insights, encouraging them to prioritize their mental health and well-being. Downey's willingness to be open about his struggles resonated with many, and he became a source of inspiration for those navigating the challenges of fame and the pressures of the entertainment industry. The culmination of Downey's journey was evident in his performance in Avengers: Endgame, 2019. Where he reprised his role as Tony Stark for what would be a poignant conclusion to the character's arc. The film was not only a commercial success but also a heartfelt tribute to the journey of both Stark and Downey himself. As audiences watched Stark's sacrifice for the greater good, they were reminded of Downey's own journey of redemption and the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. In the years following Endgame, Downey continued to explore new opportunities in film and television. He took on roles that challenged him creatively, including a return to dramatic storytelling in projects like Dolittle, 2020. While the film received mixed reviews, Downey's commitment to his craft remained evident, and he continued to push the boundaries of his abilities as an actor. As he reflected on his journey, Downey recognized the importance of maintaining a balanced life. He prioritized his family, spending quality time with his wife and children, and nurturing the relationships that had been strained during his struggles with addiction. Downey's personal life became a source of strength, and he embraced the joys of fatherhood and partnership. Ultimately, Robert Downey Jr.'s legacy is one of resilience, transformation, and hope. His journey from rock bottom to redemption serves as a powerful reminder that it is never too late to change one's life. Downey's story resonates with fans and fellow actors alike, inspiring them to confront their challenges and seek help when needed. His ability to rise from the ashes of addiction and reclaim his place in Hollywood is a testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of second chances. The story of Robert Downey Jr. is not just a tale of fame and success, it is a profound narrative about the human experience, resilience, and the possibility of redemption. His journey from rock bottom to becoming one of Hollywood's most beloved figures serves as a powerful lesson for fans and aspiring actors alike. Downey's life story encapsulates the idea that no matter how far one falls, it is possible to rise again and reclaim one's life. One of the most significant lessons from Downey's journey is the importance of seeking help and support. Throughout his struggles with addiction, he faced numerous challenges. But it was the support of friends, family, but mentors that ultimately helped him find his way back. Downey's willingness to be vulnerable and open about his struggles resonated with many, encouraging others to seek help when facing their own battles. His story emphasizes that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Additionally, Downey's journey highlights the importance of personal growth and self-reflection. After hitting rock bottom, he took the time to re-evaluate his life, confront his demons, and commit to his recovery. This process of self-discovery allowed him to emerge as a more grounded and authentic individual. Downey's transformation serves as a reminder that personal growth is a lifelong journey, and it is essential to prioritize mental health and well-being. Moreover, Downey's story underscores the significance of resilience in the face of adversity. Despite the numerous setbacks he faced, including arrests, public scrutiny, and career challenges, he never gave up on himself. His determination to overcome his struggles and reclaim his life is a testament to the power of resilience. Downey's journey serves as an inspiration for anyone facing difficult circumstances, reminding them that it is possible to rise above challenges and create a brighter future. Finally, Downey's legacy is a celebration of second chances. His return to Hollywood after years of struggle is a powerful reminder that the past does not define one's future. Downey's ability to reinvent himself and reclaim his career serves as a beacon of hope for those who may feel lost or trapped by their circumstances. His story encourages individuals to embrace the possibility of change and to believe in their potential for growth and success. In conclusion, Robert Downey Jr.'s journey from rock bottom to redemption is a remarkable narrative that resonates with audiences around the world. His story is one of resilience, transformation, and the power of second chances. As he continues to inspire others through his work and advocacy, Downey's legacy will undoubtedly endure, serving as a reminder that it is never too late to come back and reclaim one's life.